Hey, welcome to another edition of Yale Nats Financials. Today we're going to talk about being 30 years old and buying a house with 30 credit cards. I am celebrating my first year in a brand new house, and I am not financially conventional, as you see. I have been reselling my whole life, and I don't plan on slowing down anytime soon. I have over 30 credit cards, and I spend about $20K a month, pay all my debts in full just to travel the world for free. So when it came time to buy a house, my lender had a lot of questions about my credit card use and what I was doing spending so much money. I looked very risky, but the positive thing was I had a very high credit score. And they can see that I never had any late payments, but I did also have to explain why I had 5 credit card applications in 6 months. Luckily, that's only as far back as they went. But I simply just told them that I used those credit card applications for travel rewards, and that was okay with them. Frequent flyer rewards, as many of you know, are very attractive, and sometimes these credit cards give great bonuses just to open a card with them. Luckily, I own my own business, and they did not want to count my business income as part of my regular income. This helped me not have to explain too much about my large credit card payments and my heavy incoming payments into my bank account. Like I said, I've been in this house for about a year, and 14 months ago, I did not see myself here at all. I was renting month to month. We had a really good landlord. We had a really good deal. We found our home probably back in about 2014. The rent was low month to month. Our landlord did not raise the rent one time. And then one day out of the blue, the landlord calls us and he says, you have about 45 days to move out. I have been in this situation before, so I opened up Zillow to check to see what rental properties were available, what area that I maybe wanted to move to, what deals that I can find. And to my surprise, I didn't see any good deals at all. We got really lucky with this landlord, and he didn't raise the rent on us for a few years, but everywhere else I looked, the rent was much higher for something similar to what we had. So probably after looking around for about 2 weeks to see if we can find something good, we found a few good houses to rent. I was really getting frustrated with the rental market. It seemed that nothing was really great. Nothing was a really good deal out there. Obviously, I've never owned a home, so I had to do one of the favorite things that I love to do. I started researching. The first thing I did was pulled out my computer, looked on a few sites and entered in my income and looked at the mortgage calculator to see about what I can afford. This is a very great tool for starting off, especially for new and young home buyers who don't really know how much home they can afford, going with their monthly income and their debts that they currently have. If you want me to make a video about the first steps to buying your first home, make a comment down below. After I seen about what I can afford, I start looking on Zillow for homes that I can buy now. I found a really good neighborhood, probably about 3 or 4 miles south of where I currently lived. It was close to the interstate, so transportation would be good and we wouldn't be stuck in too much traffic commuting to and from work. This was a new construction, and they were doing a lot of new constructions in the area. So after we toured a few model homes, the realtor took me across the street and showed me some even better homes that were kind of the same versions, but they were upgraded. It's what they called smart homes. So these were smart new construction homes with resort style living and resort style amenities. I have to say, I was pretty sold on them at first look. By this time, we were already about halfway through our 45-day notice and time was running out. After we put in a mortgage application, it was back within 1 day with our mortgage rate and our projected monthly payment. I gave it some thought and looked at a few more options before I eventually came back about a week later and put down the earnest money to buy my brand new home. We had ended up picking a home that somebody already had built, but their escrow fell through. So we literally were able to close in 21 days. Now let's fast forward to the present. Did I make a good choice buying this home, and would I do it again? Let's go over the basics. I bought a home with an FHA loan and my lender paid most of the closing costs. I only had to pay 3.5% down. I got a brand new smart home in a brand new community with resort style amenities. It's a nice sized neighborhood inside a very big neighborhood with a lot of growth potential. My home has not increased in value, maybe $1,000 or so, but I have been able to pay down my principal every month. I'm very happy with the purchase that I made. I don't have to worry about a landlord looking over my shoulder anymore, and all the money that I save can go towards paying off my home. I've also been able to save up a little extra money every month, which may go to a new investment property. Just like I did with this home, I don't have a concrete plan on when I'm going to buy or where I'm going to buy or even what I'm going to buy. I'm just saving up, making sure that I pay myself first so when the opportunity presents itself, I'll be ready. When I did buy a home though, mortgage rates were looking like they were on a rise. And actually, the opposite has happened. Mortgage rates, as you see here, have decreased. And we were lucky enough to have a rate cut back in July, which really brought them down. I recently put in a mortgage application to see where I stood, and I got a mortgage rate back of 3.25%. Luckily, I was able to lock it in for 4 months. We have a little bit of traveling coming up and also Christmas coming up. This will give me time to scope out some great deals. And with this great rate, if I see something good, I know that I can get it. So if you are on the fence right now about buying a home or maybe another investment property, now's a great time to just put in an application and see where your mortgage would stand at. Rates are at a good rate right now, so you will be surprised at the type of deal that you might get. Or if you already have a home with a high mortgage rate, probably anything over 5%, you might want to consider refinancing right now. You will be surprised at how much money you could save just by refinancing. You can knock hundreds of dollars off your current monthly mortgage payment. I'm always looking for great financial investment opportunities. And thanks again for checking out my channel. See ya.